Hey, hello, and welcome to part three, episode three of the series. And as you see, the campaign in Poland went well, even though at first it was a bit of a disaster. Maybe that's looking at it a little bit pessimistically, but they did have loads more divisions than I expected. And honestly, I probably should have anticipated this, but they had hordes of militia and quite a lot of them actually. And also, I couldn't see them with my interceptors or my fighters because they were level two. And level two militia are tough, man. Like I tell you, they are pretty tough. And especially as a communist doctrine, it was a bit harder for me because all my units are weaker. But if you look at these level two militia, they've got a 5 in defending. Okay, that doesn't seem very impressive. But if we look at I guess, but for militia, which are really cheap, they take only half an hour to produce. I think the level one, I guess level two will be more. But like for the weakest unit in the game, as you see, the infantry aren't much better. Okay, they are better, but they do take a long time. As you can see, 5 hours here versus 2 hours, and they're still pretty strong. And obviously, they were being hidden because that's what militia do. Actually, communist militia are really good as well. But so I now have the option, and that's what I will be doing, of taking on the Baltic states. Now, I could take them all on the same time, but that would be a vast undertaking, to be honest, because they are pretty tough to crack here. Especially for some reason Estonia, because if you look here, they have 2 militia regiments. They are not level 2 though. And then they've got this stack of 8 divisions. Luckily, 2 of them are anti-air, but this is 9 divisions just on the border. They've got 2 fighters and nothing else. But 9 divisions is a lot, so that's going to be hard to take on. Lithuania, despite being the largest, Latvia. Lithuania is a bit smaller. Yeah, Latvia, despite being the largest in territory, has a fairly small army, at least on its border. Again, we might have something, probably something in the capital as well. So that's a bit of a problem. They have 3 militia here. This is a fairly strong army, anti-air, and 1 anti-air. So this isn't going to be a problem at all to take out with my land forces. Lithuania is a bit weaker from what I can tell. We can see most of their land apart from this one province. So I'm assuming they might have something there. They've only got 1 militia regiment protecting this, and one of this is anti-air, so that's not too much of an issue. And then the capital, they've just got an anti-tank and a militia. So quite a lot of militia and 2 anti-tanks. Again, this is overall 7 divisions. Yeah, 7 against 9 plus fighters over in Estonia. So I think the definitely not all of them at the same time, not even 2. I think I'm going to go one at a time. And if you go one at a time, you can either go from the top to bottom, or I might go from the bottom up. When I get this, I've then got quite a large border with Latvia, and then I have quite a few options of taking it. And then finally, Estonia, also with help from my navy, could definitely bombard that. So, I guess, yes, there is some stuff left for Poland, but I'm assuming Germany's fighting here, and I don't really want to go much further. I think I'll leave this to Germany. I mean, I've got all of Poland's natural resources pretty much, except for obviously the city, which is actually only a single production. So yeah, I really got the lion's share here, which correlates to most of Poland, to be honest. France is in a bit of a tough situation. All of this territory has been taken by Germany. Britain's making a landing over here in Calais, that sort of area. Wow, when I last looked at this Egypt had only taken this, but now it's all the way down here. So Britain's not doing too well itself, which is, I guess, good for me because I'm at war with Britain. Again, I talked about that last episode, but that here, so Britain basically just declared war on me. I don't really see the reason for it, but it's not going to be much of an issue. This is Yugoslavia, by the way, so this isn't Britain. Okay, so in terms of production and research, I've researched level 2 militia and level 2 interceptors so I can reveal more stuff. And a heavy tank's done, SP artillery, which is going to be very useful, done. So now I'm researching paratroopers and attack bombers. I've thought about this, but strategic bombers are quite versatile. And if you look at attack bombers, they have a slightly worse damage against infantry and a much worse damage against buildings. But they're great against light and heavy armor. So I actually probably would prefer attack bombers. I don't really see much use in strategic bombers here as the communist doctrine. Not generally, not just because of the communist doctrine, just in general. They're really good against targeting buildings. But since we're probably going to be taking on pretty small countries currently, like maybe Tanatuva, I'm thinking of attacking that soon, maybe next episode. Then this doesn't really matter because we're going to be taking the cities anyway, and I like to cause minimal damage. So, like, I took Warsaw, and there was still a barracks and that left, so that's great. Krakow still has a barracks. I actually produced something in here. Maybe just militia. I said, yeah, so the less damage, because eventually they are going to be your cities. So in that in that aspect, I don't see that much point in strategic bombers, to be honest. So what have we got here? We've got, yeah, I was talking about production. So I've been producing a lot of infantry. That's been my focus. And you can just get, oh wow, the next round is about to be completed. And then I've also built, they've actually finished building some secret labs in which I will now produce my first set of SP artillery, which we are going to need. Building this in Arkhangelsk probably wasn't the best idea. It's quite far away from most of the action. Okay, and once this infantry is done, I'll also produce the SP artillery here. So let's get to the attack. So if we're looking here, we're going to have to base most of our forces down in this province, because this has the largest army. And obviously we can also get all of this stuff doing the job. So overall, this is going to have a fairly large damage against light armor specifically, and a bit worse against heavy armor, but infantry is going to be probably our best option here. And that's unfortunate because most of our tanks are based in this area. So what we can do is we can... Okay, that's a pretty weak vision. Well, we'll send one of the tanks, but then the other one won't go down there. What we'll do is we'll send... Oh, this is actually a pretty large army, tell you what. Is this a level 1 tank? Yes. Okay, that's not what I want. So here we'll select this and this to attack there and go onto the capital. Also, the great thing about attacking the Baltic states is that when you take the capital, all the provinces that you have get a boost in morale, which means you don't have to worry about revolts. And then here, this infantry is going to attack with a delay. How long is this going to take? That's going to take 2 hours. It's going to take 1 hour. So approximately an hour of delay. Oh, what? That's the wrong button. Something like that. Is that's going to be then? Okay, that's actually a bit too much. Okay, so 2 hours 52, 2 hours 27. We can actually make that a little smaller. Okay, that's in that zone. So this is a fairly strong force, especially with this. This is nice at dealing damage to soft targets. But I'm not going to attack yet, because then we would automatically be at war with this engaging. So I'm just going to send the infantry over to attack here. This shouldn't be too hard, from what I can tell. Well, yeah, it shouldn't. So, what have we got left? We've got this tank division. And we've got this tank division. It's gonna go over here. This is gonna go over here. Okay, I'll wait about that thing. And then this also gonna go here. I'll also send this down here. And I'll send this infantry over. Just in case. Actually, I'll do some stuff between episodes of sending infantry over to help. I'm thinking maybe when I finish Latvia, if I have time between this and the next episode, I might go on to one of the other countries. I'm not sure if I'll need to. I'll think about that. So now we have got some other stuff that could help. This could definitely help. So yeah, let's just send that to the nearest base. This is going to help bombard this army. Why not this guy as well? We can split the anti-tank off here. Okay, so that seems kind of fine, I guess. This guy's not going to... I'm not going to keep patrol on this. So what can we do with these fighters, with my air force here? Well, I can either target this, which would be quite an easy target. I could probably wipe that out pretty quickly. Or I could actually focus on this. It has one anti-air, I think, but that's not the biggest issue. So I think I'll probably start with this. Actually, we got anything producing? Oh, it's infantry. Yes, it'll be nice to see that next round of infantry come in. I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to keep nice and short. As you can see, day 3, when I open the newspaper, it is day 3. And we are second after the USA by only 10 points, which isn't that bad, especially if we take the Baltic states as another 3 points. Tanatuva, which should be pretty easy, that's another 1 point. Sorry, not 1 point, because it's very hard. I don't think you can actually get single points. Everything is measured in tens of points. So when I said 1 point, I meant 10 points, 3 points, 30 points. Yeah, so I don't really see I guess there's not much reason for giving them 10 points each, since there's no way to get below 10 in a single thing. So everything's going to be measured in tens anyway. It's like Pokemon, the trading card game, all the attacks are in tens, so there's not much reason for you not to just make all of them. Well, so make all of them, so if it's 10, then it's 1, and if it's 20, it's 2. But I think before, in like older versions of Call of War, some rural provinces and other provinces were worth 1 or 2 or 3 points rather than everything, or just the cities being worth 10, and that's how you win. So I guess that's why they're 10. Also, as you've noticed, I haven't really been in any sort of coalition. I'm not really allied with anyone. Well, I am allied with Japan, but not specifically in a coalition. So I'm kind of keeping my cards to myself. Maybe when I'm a bit more powerful, I might join a coalition. So yeah, guys, until next time, hopefully we would have definitely finished Lithuania and maybe moved on to one of the other Baltic states by next episode. See you. Thanks for the support. Bye.